So it looks like with the launch of the Festive Surprise 2021 Holiday DLC update today, Rockstar is also preparing to introduce another new vehicle over the festive and possibly Christmas and New Year's season. So if you logged into Grand Theft Auto Online today, one of the first few messages you probably ended up getting was this. It says, "You've been awarded Santa's new sled and festive stripes for the following vehicles: the Comet S2 Cabrio and the Baller ST. Visit an appropriate mod shop or vehicle workshop to apply these liveries." So when you saw that, you probably immediately went to the Legendary Motorsports site and were like, okay, I see the Baller ST and I even see the new Overflod Zeno, but where is this Comet S2 Cabrio? It's not here. And that's the way it is for everyone. So your game's not broken. You didn't miss out. Rockstar didn't forget about you. The Comet S2 Cabrio is not here, but it looks like Rockstar is preparing for it to be here very shortly. And I have two suspicions of when this could come out. Number one, I think this could be a free vehicle that we get on Christmas Day. Or another likely scenario is it's the vehicle that's released next Thursday for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day as a part of the new event week. Now, the only problem with that is the free livery that you get with the Comet S2 Cabrio is called Santa's New Sled. So wouldn't that seem a little weird to release that for a vehicle when Christmas is already passed? Now, I get it. It still is within the timeline and time period of the festive season, but to me, it would make more sense if it came out on Christmas. Now, I know Rockstar has already given away a vehicle for free. It's the Baller ST. So maybe the Comet S2 Cabrio won't be free, but there's a good chance that it could be arriving on Christmas. We could be getting a double vehicle this week. If not, then I would say next Thursday is also very likely. So because it looks like that's the next vehicle we're getting in Grand Theft Auto Online, I wanted to sort of now do a run through of what that car is going to look like. And if this name sounds familiar, well, that's because it is. The Pfister Comet S2 came out in the Los Santos Tuners update. Now we're just getting a convertible version of it, which is actually really cool. This has been a fan-requested feature for this car, and now we're just actually getting a brand new vehicle to go along with it. So overall, really exciting stuff here. Now, really quickly, if we take a look at the Legendary Motorsports site, number one, not only do we get to see how expensive it is, $1,797,000, but also if this release order is correct, then it's supposed to come out right after the Overflod Zeno, which since the Overflod Zeno released today, that would mean that this one is cleared for takeoff, basically. So could we be seeing this two-door sports car pretty soon? I think the answer is yes. Now, I want to take this into the Los Santos custom shop here because I want to show you guys what this whole thing is about. We'll also take a look at that special livery too. I was kind of shocked. It had a good amount of customization, 20 options here. We can start with the front and rear bumpers where you have about 10 or 11 options in the front and then 10 or 11 options in the back. So you can change it up quite a bit to make this look as modified or as stock as possible. After that, we have our exhaust options. There's a handful of exhaust options that we can change here. I opted to just stick with the stock ones. And then we have fender categories where we can add some front vents. We can also add over fenders too. If you wanted to make this look a little bit more of a wide body vehicle, you can. So right off the bat, you can see there's a lot of good customization here. Same when we go to the hood category as well. You can see there's actually 15 options here. I think I opted for the smooth hood. I was trying to go for like a stock look as possible with this car. And then we move on to liveries. And so with the liveries, they're actually pretty fun. You guys can see this first one here is Black Pfister Stripe, which adds these two thin stripes. And in the middle of that, you have the Pfister font and text at the bottom of the door sill. You then have Retro Stone Guards, which kind of does the exact same design around the wheel arch in the bottom of the door sill. This black outline, that one looks pretty clean. You then have Black Comet S2C graphics, which is similar to Black Pfister Stripe, but instead of the stripe, it's a solid black bar, and it says Comet S2C. That one looks pretty awesome. I do like Red Pfister track graphics. This one's kind of fun, creating that checkered flag pattern in the red, and also changing the color of the mirrors and around the headlights. That one looks pretty awesome. Black Pfister graphics, also pretty simple. It also just adds like this black stripe on the hood, and then the Pfister on the bottom of the door sill. You then have Air Hurler, which creates this sort of like red with a blue outline around the curves of the car. And you can also see that some of the other features are red with the 53 and the sponsorships on there. That one's Air Hurler. You then have Ron Racing, which I like this one. It's just a little bit confusing. Like, it seems like there's a lot going on, especially on the sides of the doors. But I really like the color of Ron Racing. That sort of orangey yellow is really pretty in my opinion. Then we have Stronzo. Stronzo, I think, is okay. I do like that light blue. I just think like the stuff on the side of the door gets really confusing. Like the 43 and the Stronzo get really close to overlapping, which to me I'm not a huge fan of. But overall, still a nice livery. Retro Redwood is up next. This is a really fun, like, sort of Miami blue color. I think this would look good with like a white on the top. And it says Redwood Pfister Chronos 91. That one kind of rocks. And speaking of ones that rock, our next one is Rock and Roll Legends, which I'm pretty sure is like a Cyberpunk 2077 reference here. I think this is roughly the same design that Johnny Silverhand has on his car. And the last one I told you about is that new one that Rockstar is going to be giving away over the festive and holiday season. For me, it makes more sense that this is closer to Christmas rather than New Year, just because it really has to do with Santa and doesn't really have to do with the New Year. But that's the one that Rockstar is going to be giving away. Those are all of our new liveries right there. We then have our respray options. Primary color is going to have an impact on essentially the entire outside body of the vehicle. Your secondary color is going to impact anything you did on the secondary color, and then you have your trim color, which is going to have an impact on the entire interior. So the things like your seats, dash, dials, etc. So those are your colors for the Comet S2 Cabrio. Then you've got some skirt options too, about 11 of them to choose from right here. And then same with the splitter, 4 or 5 different fun options that you can go with. And then if you want the traction bonus, you are going to have to update the spoiler, even though it technically starts with a spoiler and it's a retractable spoiler, which actually makes it kind of a cool look. You will have to upgrade it for that traction bonus. And then after that, the only other thing we can do is some suspension, turbo, transmission, stuff like that. Now, because this vehicle is specifically meant to be a convertible version, it has a very cool animation when it comes to putting the top up and down. It's like that piece where the engine block is. It goes through this cool like up and down animation. The top, it looks awesome. I'm sure this is really close to how it's supposed to be in real life, but either way, I think it looks really good. And it seems like it's an improvement on some of the ones that Rockstar has done in the past. Now, a few other things I wanted to test with this vehicle. Number one, you can change the color of the stock rims, so you'll be able to do that when this vehicle arrives in Grand Theft Auto Online. You guys can also see there that you can open up the trunk in the front and the 2 doors, driver and passenger. And other than that, this vehicle is really awesome. It's going to be pretty familiar to a car we've already seen in the Los Santos Tuners update, but this time it's got a convertible, which to me is really fun. Especially when you're driving around Los Santos and you're just having a good old time. Now, it's not going to provide the most protection for you in terms of other people getting fussy or frustrated with you, because they'll just be able to shoot right through that. But as long as you don't have that problem, then this is just going to be a really fun vehicle to sort of cruise around and enjoy in. And it looks like it's going to be here sooner rather than later, as it has a free livery attached to it. And it looks like it's going to be coming as a part of the festive holiday season. So I wouldn't be shocked if we see this on Christmas Day, at a minimum over the next week before the new year. But anyways, that's the Pfister Comet S2 Cabrio. I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about this vehicle. Are you going to be buying it? Are you going to be staying away from it? Are you going to be waiting till it goes on a discount? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.